Let's hear it. Okay,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
You guys are which side are you going to?
Okay. It's okay. Anna and Brady, that can be your corner.
Okay.
Okay, we've got to go. That can be your corner. And this is our place that we stand.
Hansel, Gretel!
Here we are.
Where have you been? It's getting dark!
We found a house made of gingerbread and candy, but I'm not feeling so well.
Hansel, you know you need to be careful of what you eat because of your diabetes. Let's check your insulin pump. If you ate a lot of candy, we'll probably need to have the pump deliver much more insulin than usual to handle all that sugar in your blood system. And don't you remember when Dr. Williams showed you and your friends all the systems of the human body and taught you how they work together? He explained that type 1 diabetes happens when your pancreas does not make insulin well enough to keep your blood sugar levels safe. High or low levels can make you feel sick and damage every body system, especially organs like the eyes.
Yes, that makes sense. I tried to read the information on my insulin pump, but it's so hard for me to read it. I think my blood sugar is too high right now for my eyes to work right.
High amounts of sugar in the blood can cause the diabetic's vision to become blurry. Watching videos together from the diabetic self-management and health answers websites, the kids learn that poorly controlled blood sugar and blood pressure levels can cause damage to the smallest blood vessels in the retina over time, even causing blindness.
Hey, I wish I knew if our idea of a talking insulin pump was possible. Miss Alyssa Terry, the bioengineer from UAB, and Dr. Louis Stutzenberg, the NASA engineer who visited our cabin in the woods, both thought it was a great idea.
Yes, and your optometrist, Dr. Baxter, and Dr. John Clark, who treats diabetics, thought so too. Dr. Clark said it could really improve the lives of people with diabetes. 12 to 24,000 diabetics in America go blind each year. All of our research shows that no one is making a talking insulin pump yet, though. Look what came in the mail today, kids. The new expert diabetic pump engineer, Dr. John Mossman from Maxim in California, got your letter, and he says the idea of a talking insulin pump is a very good idea that's really possible. He says,
The technology certainly exists to perform this function. The addition to text-to-text speech synthesizer is most likely all that is needed. Additional software and some more memory may be needed, so added cost could be significant. But insulin pumps already cost in the $5,000 range. The extra cost for speech synthesis should not add much percentage on the price.
That's great news. Remember, we researched that blind diabetic engineer, James Kubel, who is working on this problem? He said he uses software from NeoSpeech to turn text into speech into his new remote control device that can tell him what his insulin pump readings are. But I don't want to carry around the remote control and my insulin pump. We like our invention of a talking insulin pump better. If I could connect my earbuds to it, I'd look like any other kid listening to music. Some newer insulin pumps already have a speaker system for alarms, so it wouldn't be hard to add a voice using NeoSpeech software. It can translate text into many languages.
Our pump manufacturing company has received a letter from the kids telling us about the great idea. By researching the websites Endocrine Today and PubMed.com, they have learned that nearly over 24 million children and adults have diabetes in the United States alone. A talking insulin pump would greatly improve the lives of over 300 million diabetics in the world and who would love to benefit from the insulin pump systems.
Hansel and Gretel, you've already shared your idea in a newsletter to all the people at Hampton Cove and Old Smith Schiffman Elementary Schools and at the Mayfair Torch Tournament. It looks like Hansel and other diabetics may really get a talking insulin pump someday soon.
That's awesome. Thanks everyone for the team effort in helping us research a way to make living with diabetes easier. Now, can I eat more candy?
Hansel, no!
Good job, guys.
So have you shared this with anybody?
Yes, we have.
The Wellness Center and invite near the rave.
And we've also shared it with Dr. John Mossman from Maxim Integrated Products.
And also, we presented our skit at the Mayfair practice tournament.
Good job. So, what's the most interesting thing that you learned?
The most interesting thing we learned is that there isn't a talking insulin pump yet. I'm thinking with the revolution of technology today, we should have had it like a couple of years ago.
So, how do you think that this talking insulin pump would benefit, your friends and family or people in the community or whoever?
I've got it. Like, if somebody was blind because of diabetes, it'll affect your eyes. The talking would, if you needed to know, the talking would say your level is 250, and that way you would know if you need more or less insulin, or you have just the right amount to live your life.
Would you want it to be able to react to you when you talk to it?
Yes.
You need it higher. You can't, if you can't adjust it, you tell it to go higher.
Did we even think about that?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
we
we
did.
did.
And then we just barely put your finger on the button. It'll like tell you what that button does, so
Mhm,
you can
mhm.
press it like if it
So
says
you
what it
can
does.
mechanically.
Yeah, so you
like a
don't,
light sensor and like on robots.
so you don't accidentally press the wrong button and you end up killing yourself.
Like, let me see this real quick.
This is an actual insulin pump.
And since there's like no braille on here or anything, there is.
You basically have to memorize the buttons.
Yeah, you basically do.
Oh, that's
So, how did you guys come up with this topic?
This topic was because when we were searching diabetes, we found out that some people go blind, and if you need more insulin or less insulin, how do you know how much you need and what button to press and everything else? And if you get too much, you may kill yourself. If you get too little, you'll die either way. So we must do something like that.
Okay. I was wondering if we knew what I was going to say. But anyways, what I was going to say is we also came up with the idea of a insulin pump, the talking insulin pump, because a lot of our friends and family has diabetes.
Okay.
And we did a project where we all had a paper, and you did it on some kind of system or organ of the body. And most people picked something that diabetes would affect in your body, so we thought that would be most useful.
Okay. So I know you guys listed a lot of different places that you did research in your presentation, but so you did it on the internet and you talked to some people. What else did you do?
Oh, we presented it in front of people who know what it is, and
James.
sorry, presented it. I don't know why.
We would get letters from certain people asking them questions for like emailing them, and they would respond back, and we had like 5 different people that we would ask who had diabetes and companies. So when we got the letter back, we would find out more and see, and that would give us more information, and that helped us think. Like, we would see all the problems, and we would think probably a talking insulin pump would work, and we would ask them how would a talking insulin pump be, and they'd respond back if it's invented or if it would be a great idea.
Well,
It is a great
Excellent.
idea.
Well,
Thank
it's
you
fun to
very much.
Thank you guys very much.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys coming.